In the small town of Willow Creek, a deep stain of corruption had taken root. The center of this stain was Judge Edward Simmons, a man known for his unfair ways and secret bribes. For many years, Judge Simmons had built his reputation on bending the law for those who could pay his price. His court was a place where truth was pushed aside and justice was sold to the highest bidder. Judge Simmons was not alone in his misdeeds. Officers David Carter and Brian Lewis, once trusted members of the police force, had joined him in his dark pursuits. They believed that by working together, they could control the town and reap the rewards of their hidden crimes. Their loyalty was to money and power rather than to the people they were meant to protect. On one ordinary afternoon at Grand Mart, a well-known store in Willow Creek, a kind man named Samuel Bennett entered with the simple intention to help. Samuel was a millionaire who chose a modest life, earning respect through his gentle nature and acts of kindness. He was also a close friend of a powerful man, Donald Trump. As he walked through the aisles of Grand Mart, he noticed an elderly woman, Mrs. Eleanor, struggling to reach an item on a high shelf. Samuel stepped forward to assist her, believing his help would be welcomed. However, Mrs. Caldwell, known for her harsh views and quick judgment, misinterpreted his act of kindness. Instead of feeling gratitude, she saw an opportunity to create trouble. She shouted for help and falsely accused Samuel of stealing. Within moments, Officers Carter and Lewis arrived. They accepted a bribe from Mrs. Caldwell, ignoring the clear evidence captured by the store's security cameras. Soon, Samuel was arrested, and the case was brought before Judge Simmons. At that moment, the town of Willow Creek seemed to be ruled by injustice. The corrupt judge, his untrustworthy officers, and Mrs. Caldwell all believed their plan was foolproof. They did not know that the silent watch of the security cameras had recorded every true detail of that day. The seeds of retribution had been sown, and the real story was waiting to emerge. In that moment, the future of Willow Creek trembled, as the truth lay hidden, ready to break the chains of corruption and bring light to a dark system. All hearts awaited the dawn of justice. After the unfair trial in Willow Creek, Samuel Bennett felt a deep pain. He knew that the truth lay hidden behind lies and bribery. Samuel, with his calm and kind spirit, decided to act. He made a call to his trusted friend, Donald Trump, a powerful figure known for his strong sense of fairness. Samuel explained what had happened at Grand Mart, detailing how Mrs. Eleanor, along with Officers Carter and Lewis had framed him. He spoke of the secret bribes and the recording by the security cameras, a silent witness to the real events. Donald Trump listened carefully and felt a great responsibility. He could not allow such injustice to go unchallenged. Trump quickly arranged for a careful investigation into the matter. Experts were called in to review the footage from Grand Mart, and every detail was examined. The evidence, clear and strong, showed that Samuel had only offered help, and that Mrs. Caldwell's words were false. The security cameras had caught everything, leaving no room for the lies that had led to his arrest. News of the investigation spread slowly at first, but soon the citizens of Willow Creek began to speak up. They remembered better days when trust and FIS were the foundation of their town. As more people learned of the hidden corruption, the community's anger grew. People gathered in small groups to discuss the injustice, and whispers of retribution filled the air. The quiet anger of a once peaceful town turned into a strong demand for truth. Meanwhile, Judge Edward Simmons continued to hide behind his false power, believing that his years of corruption would protect him. But now, with the investigation bringing new light, his secrets began to crumble. Officers Carter and Lewis were summoned for questioning, and the once silent halls of justice started to echo with the sound of accountability. The strength of truth and evidence was beginning to shine in Willow Creek. It was clear that Samuel Bennett, a man of honesty and humility, had become the unexpected catalyst for change. The rising tide of truth was ready to wash away the deep stains of corruption that had long troubled the town. Every record and every piece of video evidence was gathered with Kay. The foundation of the old system began to shake in Willow Creek. A new promise of lasting FIS took shape as truth rose from shadows steadily in the wake of the investigation. Willow Creek entered a new era. The truth had been set free, and justice was no longer a forgotten word in this town. Judge Edward Simmons, a powerful figure, now faced the full force of the law. The video evidence and honest testimonies brought forth a clear picture of corruption. The old judge saw his world collapse as officials and community members demanded accountability. Officers David Carter and Brian Lewis could no longer hide behind their false authority. They were taken into custody and faced charges that exposed their many crimes. The evidence made it impossible for them to deny their misdeeds. Mrs. Eleanor, whose wrongful accusation had sparked the chain of events, was also called to answer for her part in the betrayal of truth. The case shook the very foundations of Willow Creek, where the rule of law had been weak for too long. As the legal process moved forward, community leaders and ordinary citizens joined forces to restore their town. They held meetings and planned for a better future where justice would be the law of the land. Samuel Bennett, the gentleman who had been wronged, watched as the scales of justice began to balance. His calm demeanor and unwavering honesty had sparked a movement that no one could ignore. Even in the face of hardship, he stood as a symbol of hope and strength for all. The trial of Judge Edward Simmons and the officers was swift and clear. Every piece of evidence, every recorded moment, testified to the crimes committed. The corrupt judge was removed from his position, and the officers were sentenced to years behind bars. Mrs. Caldwell was fined and ordered to perform community service as a reminder of the cost of deceit. The judgment was a turning point in Willow Creek, a strong message that corruption would not go unpunished. In the aftermath, the town slowly began to heal. The scars of past injustice were not forgotten, but they served as lessons for a better tomorrow. Willow Creek emerged with renewed hope and a commitment to transparency. The story of Samuel Bennett and his fight for justice became a lasting reminder that truth, no matter how hidden, always finds a way to shine. The final reckoning had come, and with it, a new dawn for Willow Creek. Justice had restored hope to all. And this brings us to the end of this story. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.